This is KUGAN, CASSIUS, from London. We're at the Radisson Blu here in Manchester for the press conference between Carl Froch and George Groves. With me, I have got George Groves. Were you looking at something over there, George?
Probably, but I can't remember.
Are you looking for Carl?
No, I've seen enough of him today.
Definitely. From your point of view, the press conference was quite low key. I think everyone was expecting you to start bickering in the press conference. It didn't happen until the head-to-head. Couldn't hear what was going on in the head-to-head, all of it. What was you saying to him?
So you want me to do your job for you? So you're telling me you missed what was said, and now I've got to
you know why?
elaborate.
You talk like a little girl when you was whispering. And in fact, Froch was talking like a little girl. You should have been vocal so everyone could have heard what you were saying. But you were whispering, weren't you, what you were saying?
Okay, if you could put it in an email to the complaints department at georgegroves.com, and someone will be back to you within 48 hours.
Okay. No, but what was said, all jokes aside? I know he said he was going to knock...
Like my mum and that, they say, well, what was said? And I never remember. Like, I don't.
You must remember some of it. He said he was going to...
He said my breath smelled. Okay. I heard that before. I thought...
You're all right.
Yeah, you know, like... I brushed my teeth this morning. That was about 8 o'clock. God, it can't be that bad, you know. Maybe he's better at smelling than I know. You know, I don't know. I thought it was an interesting tact that he said what I imagine is his usual spiel. Looked at him, said some spiel back, and he said my breath smelled. Then he looked away from me, couldn't look at me. Carried on saying a little bit. And that was it, really. That was it until I didn't see him again until I was a little ringside bit over there, and I thought he was going to implode, to be honest.
Okay. What was you saying to him, or don't you remember that either?
No. It was just bit of this, bit of that. You know, in the big fights, sometimes you have to say things, you know, and sometimes you say them openly at the press conference for everyone to hear, and sometimes you just want them to hear it. You don't want everyone else to know about it. Gives them, you know, a different way to react to it. He said some stuff to me. I said some stuff to him. I'm sure he'll go away positive from this experience. With ignorance, but when it comes down to it, he's in for a shock.
Would you say that A, you disliked him, B, you hated him, or C, just not your cup of tea about Carl Froch?
Right now, I certainly don't hate him. I never hate anyone who I'm about to box, because that is an actual emotion, and an emotion I don't really like to creep into my boxing. I'd say at the moment, in boxing terms, I nothing him. If it was out of boxing, I'd probably say I'd probably dislike him. He's you know, he has a certain arrogance about him that he can almost justify at the moment because he's boxing pay-per-view and he's the rising star of Matchroom, and Matchroom are the biggest promoters in the UK right now, backed by Sky, with the biggest platform to show boxing. So, you know, he's top of that tree. But the fact that it alienates him and he can't bear the fact that I genuinely believe I'm going to beat him and know that I'm going to beat him, will never sit right with him. And I believe that's just pure arrogance, and that's just bitterness, and I don't like those sort of people.
Is there a chance in this fight early on that this may turn into a scrap early on in the rounds?
Yeah, very well, maybe. Let's. If you look at Carl Froch's performances and you look at mine, I think even the IFL boxing journalists could predict how Carl Froch is going to approach this fight. But I'm not sure people can really predict how I'm going to approach this fight, because there's a variety of different ways I can approach this fight and a variety of different ways I can win. It just depends on how I feel on the day, I suppose. But I forgot the question.
I said about early rounds, whether it's going to turn into a scrap early on. But it's
I'd love it to, and I'd relish it, and I think if it did...
What have you got to lose by losing this fight?
Everything, absolutely everything. Everything I've worked hard for, everything I've dreamt about, everything I plan for the future. Everything's on the line for me. In regards to Froch, once I beat him, I'd imagine he'd retire. But he can retire being a world champion or previous world champion. I'm sure financially he's done pretty well, boxing in the Super 6 and pay-per-view. And he's got a family and kids and whatever else. But for me, it'll be devastating. That's why I won't lose.
Have you been voting for him on the dancing program?
I haven't. But I know people who have. I didn't want to vote for him, and then when I beat him, people say, "Oh, because you voted for him and kept him in." Blah blah blah.
One vote. Yeah.
So I didn't. But obviously, it doesn't matter because he's openly said on ITV categorically over and over again that he hasn't missed one session. He's been out running, then dancing. He dances his way to the gym, and then he does his punching session. He dances his way out. He's non-stop dancing, running, training, punching, sparring, everything. He's got all bases covered. He's made his legs stronger, apparently. Made him a little bit more agile. He's been lifting. It's all just justification for something that he fundamentally knows is wrong. And I'd imagine he knows it, and I hope, for his sake, that he knocks it on the head soon.
Aside from your slight dislike towards him, do you have any respect for what he's actually done in British boxing?
I respect that he prepares himself for fights and he gets himself in the best condition he can. You have to respect that. I respect that he's had torrid times in the past and he's had to bite down on his gum shield, clench his fist and go through it. And I respect that he's, although made mistakes, dealt with the boxing in big fights and big occasions. And he's been a good ambassador for British boxing. I think that's about as far as my respect goes. I don't think that he is a superstar that he claims to be. I don't think that he's as good a fighter as he claims to be, and I don't think that the way he sums up every little detail is not only relevant. I don't think it's worth listening to.
Who's Britain's pound for pound best fighter?
Well, we're soon.
In your opinion, right now, before your fight with him, who do you think it is?
Best pound for pound? I don't know. You couldn't literally put me on the spot, but I can guarantee it's not Carl Froch because once I know I'm in front of him, and I don't want to say myself. Okay.
Fair enough.
Stylistically, I like watching Darren Barker fight. Obviously, he's just become world champion. I couldn't. I have to have a little think about it. Give me a list and I'll go through each one.
Okay, well...
No, let's not.
Let's not do that. You should have said David A straight away.
Yeah, David A.
One of them.
He's got probably pound for pound the biggest puncher in Britain, and he's technically sound. But you never going to really see his very best because he has to fight bloody huge lumps at 6'9", so he's always punching up. But David A is a very good fighter. Very good fighter.
Okay, we'll see him next week. Where's Adam Booth?
I don't know. I thought he was with you.
He's definitely not with me.
I don't know. If you see him, you let me know. Yeah.
Was he meant to come to Manchester today?
No.
Busy with David, I'm assuming.
I'm assuming he's busy. Yeah.
Okay. Bit of a wonder for him not to be here for a world title fight for one of his other fighters.
You think?
Yeah. I think he should have been here, to be honest. I know David's writing a week and a half away from the fight, but I think he should have been here. You're fighting for this big world title fight. Questions need to be asked to Booth. Not by me, but just by...
You got his number, you give him a call.
Yeah. I drunk texted him the other day. Ask him about it.
Is that a booty call at 4 a.m? That is appalling. I do not
want
to hear. Don't know anymore.
No, just ask him about it. What did KUGAN text you when he was drunk the other day?
I refuse to ask him anything.
Okay. George, have you got any final words to say? Looking forward to this. I'm looking forward to this. Have you got any final words to say?
Are you going to shoot me?
No, you're all right. I
I don't know.
You think I'm a Sri Lankan hitman or something?
Sri Lankan Hitman. No, these final words. I don't know. Don't put this pressure on me.
Okay. Just some final words.
Yes. Don't drink and drive. Love your mother, and just put a little bit away for that rainy day, because you never know.
Never know.
Just put it away.
You got a few in the bonnet, haven't you?
A few what?
Few
corpses you shot. Yeah.
Paydays. This is KUGAN CASSIUS with St George Groves for iFilm London.
Can you lend me a score?
Do you want to borrow a score?
Yeah, please. I'll just take this. 5.
What dropped? My card. Thank you very much.